You felt it before. That burst of drive when you set a new goal. You're hyped, locked in, telling yourself, this time, I'll actually follow through. And at first, you do. You wake up with energy. You hit your tasks. You read the book. You plan. You even launch that side hustle you've been putting off. But then, it hits. That drop. Suddenly, rest feels better than progress. A few shows feel better than building, and slowly, you find yourself right back at square one, frustrated, drained, asking, why can't I stay consistent? If that sounds familiar, listen closely, because by the end of this, you'll stop relying on feelings and start doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't. That's the shift. That's the edge. Motivation is not the answer. Let me tell you a quick story. Two friends, Sami and Rami, started every year with goals. Lose weight, build something, save more. Sami went all out. Planners, podcasts, morning routines, all of it. And for the first week, he was unstoppable. Early mornings, clean eating, vision boards everywhere. But by week 2, the fire faded. One missed gym day turned into 3. The excuses grew louder. I'm just not in the mood today, he'd say. Next Monday, I'll restart. Rami? Different story. No flashy routines, no hyped up mornings. He didn't even want to do most of what was on his list, but he still did it. No matter the mood, no matter the weather, he showed up quietly, consistently. While Sami kept starting over, Rami was moving forward. Not because he was more talented, but because he knew motivation fades. But habits don't. He trained discipline like a skill. He acted not when it felt right, but when it felt hardest. So how do you push yourself when you don't want to? You stop acting from emotion, start acting from identity. Ask yourself, what would the disciplined version of me do right now? Would they skip? Would they scroll for hours? Would they wait for inspiration? Or would they do the work anyway? That's the shift. Discipline isn't some magical trait, it's a choice. Over and over. Use the 5-second shift. Here's a practical tool, the 5-second rule. When you hesitate, count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Get out of bed, open the laptop, put on your shoes. Why does this work? Because the brain hates discomfort. The longer you wait, the more resistance builds. But when you act fast, you bypass hesitation. You reclaim control, flip the pain and pleasure script. Truth is, we're wired to avoid pain and chase comfort. But modern comfort is the enemy. Scrolling is easier than building. Fast food feels better than meal prep. Sleeping in is sweeter than cold showers. But here's the trick. Start linking comfort to long-term pain and linking effort to long-term gain. Every time you take the easy route, you pay. In regret, in low energy, in lost time. And every time you push through, you earn momentum, pride, results, stack small wins. You don't need to win the whole war today. Just show up for one tiny battle. Write one sentence, do one push-up, read one page. That's how discipline is built. Momentum comes from motion, not from motivation. Once you act, the energy follows. Coach yourself. Don't crush yourself. You're human. You'll mess up. But when you do, don't become your own enemy. Speak to yourself like someone you believe in. Instead of saying, I failed again, say, I slipped, but I'm still in this. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be persistent. Picture yourself years from now, looking back at today. Will you remember how tired you were? How inconvenient it felt? Or will you remember whether you stepped up or played it safe? Your future isn't shaped by how you feel, it's shaped by what you do despite how you feel. So the next time you want to quit, do it anyway. Get up anyway. Show up anyway. Because you're not broken. You're not weak, you're just one decision away from becoming someone unstoppable.